Hello everyone, this is Tina from Tina's Workshop, and I've got some cold tea here because I've been drinking it for a while. This is going to be a little different this week. Today is actually Monday. This is going to go up tomorrow. I'm normally putting these up on Saturdays, and well, today is Friday, May 19th, so Monday. And this is episode 61. And let's see, we are at 87 degrees. Wow. But it's nice and cool in here because the air conditioner is going. I am going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to be moving soon. And that means there's going to be a lot of extra work behind the scenes other than what I'm doing here. All the packing and the moving, and we are going halfway cross country. So I'm currently in California and I'm going to Louisiana. So this is a big move. And I normally put out 2 videos every week. I put out a main video and I put out my vlog video. And that's a lot of work. And some of the videos that I do for my regular weekly video, well, they're both weekly, but you know what I mean, have a lot of work involved in them. Some are multi-weeks, some are multi-months. This one, which has been a series, still has 2 more videos to go. And so this is a multi-month video, and it's still going to be quite a bit longer. And I am generally trying to get that video out every week for you guys. And then that means things like this actually get put to the wayside and barely get worked on. It also means that there's other projects that I'm wanting to do, not for a video, I just want to do them. And I don't, because I'm trying to get those videos out every week. And then there's sometimes where I think I'm going to have a video that's going to be able to get out that week, and then there's just not enough time. And so then I'm trying to do something really quick so you guys have a video. So that being said, between it just being tough sometimes to do all those videos, but also with me moving, there's going to be even less time for me to do it. So what I'm deciding to do, at least for a while, we'll see, it may be something I keep, but it may change once I get moved and everything's all set up a little differently. But at least for a while, for the next number of months, because our move is going to be a slow move. We still have things that need to be done to the house in Louisiana. We've already bought it. And then things packed up here and things moved all the way over there and back and forth. And so there's going to be a lot. So it'll be a while before we are fully moved. I'm hoping by Christmas. But anyway, so what I've decided I'm going to do is only do 1 video a week. So you will still get at least 1 video every week from me. And if there's a week that I am not ready for okay, my son and I have been talking about this and we kind of going back and forth. So my idea was, when I don't have a video ready, I would do my vlog video. My son thought it might be better if I do like every other week. 1 week is a project video, 1 week's a vlog video, or something like that. So it will end up being hopefully consistently something. But it's like, I have been working on that Jacob's fleece video that you guys know about. I have 1 bobbin spun so far. So this one was being washed, carded, spun, and then a project made from it. And then that's a lot of details, a lot of work. And even if I could get a bunch done in 1 day, there's still certain steps that have to wait. Like when I wash this stuff has to dry. Every time I spin my singles, they have to set overnight before I can spin and ply them. So that's a video that I'm planning to have coming up, but it's taking longer than I had hoped. So I hope this is making sense to you guys, and I hope you continue to want to watch me. If you have an opinion about any of it, please feel free to leave me a comment. I am trying my best. And I got thinking about this the other day because I have different people I watch that pretty much only do vlogs and occasionally maybe a tutorial video or something. And then I have other people I watch that only do content videos. And I'm watching them and I'm going, okay, they seem so much more relaxed than I am. They've got more time that they're working on something. They're not feeling so pressured to have it done by that next week. I mean, I have sometimes where I might sit up till midnight trying to complete a project so that I can hopefully finish the video the next day. And then it takes a while just to do the editing of the videos. And there's a lot of times I will edit the video and then my son sits down and he edits again. And he's like, Mom, you should cut this out and cut that out and do this and do that. It's kind of nice though, having him to look over my work and make sure it's okay. But I think for a while, that's what I want to do. And so I hope you guys are good with that. And this will be, now that we've got all the details out, this will be a regular vlog. And there will be a content video this week. I have it mostly done. It is going to be Lilo and Stitch inspired. So if you have any idea of what I might be doing this week, Lilo and Stitch inspired. We have tickets already to see the new Lilo and Stitch when it comes out on Friday. So when my video comes out, I will also be going to see Lilo and Stitch that day. So make sure and watch that video this week. I think you'll like it. And as always, I'm being interrupted. The dog is barking outside and I need to get him in. So hold on. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I guess. Okay, Lilo and Stitch. Told you that. Finished objects. I do not have much to show you, which is part of why we are at this stage. I have things that I want to start. I have pulled this yarn out because I have a friend that I feel like she needs an emotional sport chicken. And this is some yarn that I spun and I want to make her one with it. But I haven't had the time to even start it, to cast it on. And I pulled the yarn out a couple weeks ago. So I would like to be able to do that. And that only takes me like 3 days to do one, but I got to be able to start it. So finished objects this week. This one's not totally finished, but if you got to see my video this last Friday, I was using some very, very, very over twisted yarn and trying to make something with it and see how it would come out. And I was using all the yarn I had. So that's as far as it got because I ran out of yarn, but actually was coming out really nice considering the fact that it was very, very, very over twisted. Let's see if I can find a good spot that you can see because it was actually knitting up really nice. Let's see if I can get that spot right there in focus. You see that right here? How over twisted that is, but then you can see right here, that's the way it should have been looking. So that's very over twisted. And the whole thing was like that. So if you didn't see the video, the skein, when I first had spun it, it went, and I spun it quite a few months ago. And then decided to do this. My son and I've talked about it a number of times. He's like, Mom, I want to see what it'll do when it's knit. And it knit much better than I expected. So if you'd like to know more about that, go back and watch that video. It was a fun video to make. So finished project in the sense of what I was doing, but not finished it as far as being a completed object. And then I like to throw things in here from time to time. You know, it's not all about me. And my sister-in-law, Charity, who lives with us, she has started to make emotional support chickens too. We bought the crocheted pattern, which is from the Knitting Tree LA. So, of course, everything will be linked below. And if I forget to link something, just let me know. So she's got the crochet pattern. I have not done the crochet one yet, but I'm going to put a picture up here of one that she has completed now, and she's now working on her second one. She's really enjoying it. And this one has already gone to a new home. So I just wanted to share that. Another emotional support chicken to emotionally support somebody. And as far as words, as far as finished objects, that's all there is. I am still working on the Kai tank top, which is for another video, and that's something else I'm going to probably change up. I've already been showing you this one, so I'm going to keep showing you. But I think in the future, I might talk about an upcoming project, but I'm not going to fully show them because I don't want it to take away from the videos, and I don't want somebody to have been watching these and then be like, oh, I saw enough, there's no reason to watch the other video, because I work hard on those other videos, so I want them to be watched. But I have been showing you this one, so I'm still going to show it to you. This one will also be a review on this yarn when I'm done. This is the Cotton Terry Bernat yarn by Yarnspirations, and this is the colorway Wetlands. And the last time I showed you this, I was right there. So I've done that much. So it's getting there. Let's see. It's hard to see because this isn't, the full width, but so it's getting there. It's probably about here. So I still have to go to here before I start the armholes. So I still got a ways to go. I mean, this has got to come all the way up to here. So again, it takes a while to do these things. So I've got a lot more to do before this one is done. So that one is a work in progress and a video in progress. In my new little Barley Pearls bag, I love this little bag, so cute. This is the one that resides in my purse, so only gets worked on when I am not at home and I need something to do. And this is my Vanilla Socks by Kayla Linton. And let's see, that's where my marker was last time, but I think I might have forgotten to move it because I know I was already up here. Yeah, I don't think there's very much since the last time you saw this, because like I said, this is my vanilla knitting that stays in my purse, and the yarn is the Aqua Sock. So super wash wool blend, and the color is Kanjay Pheasant. So I don't usually get political at all on here, but I was thinking the other day, and a number of different YouTubers that I watch have talked about the tariffs. And I was thinking about the fact, there's some things that we just don't have in this country, that don't grow or whatever, coffee for one. And I was thinking about the fact that the majority of our yarn that we get in the yarn stores that's wool is merino. And a lot of the fiber we end up buying is merino. And merino mostly comes from, I believe, New Zealand and Australia. So I wonder what's going to happen to our fiber market with tariffs. I don't know. Just a little note. It's been thinking about it. Luckily, I've got a huge stash right now. So, okay. The Jacob's fleece I just showed you. I've been doing been spinning. So that's all carded. I've got one bobbin spun, and I still need to spin. I think by the time I'm done with that, I will have spun 4 bobbins of white, which will then get plied into 2 skeins, and then 2 bobbins of the dark, which will then get plied into 1 skein. So I'm thinking by the time I'm done, I should have 2 skeins of white and 1 skein of dark. That's my plans. But so far, I only have 1 bobbin actually spun on that. All-in-one, my all-in-one flower power blanket. Now this is my, what did I call it? My mindless evening crochet. I wrote it down. Last time I said it, I was like, I like that. So this is my mindless evening crochet that I do while I'm laying there, unwinding, watching TV. And I have not gotten super far, but of course, the bigger this gets, the longer each row is, the longer it takes to get around. So here's where I was last time, and here's where I am. I have this much left of this skein that I've been working on. So it looks like I've got, I'm going to guess 2 color repeats left in there. But I'm liking it. I'm wondering though, because of course, as this gets bigger too, you know, it's going to take more. And I'm thinking what I might do once I finish this skein, is I have 1 more skein in here. And I think I might do a section that's just white. So it has like this white stripe in it, and then do the 3rd skein. And then depending on what size it is at that point, when I'm done with that skein, possibly doing a white stripe around the outside. Thinking about that, not sure, because I'm like, I want it to be a blanket, and by the time I finish the one I'm working on right now, it's probably going to be about this much bigger. And then these sections are going to get smaller as I keep working out. So I think that's what I'll probably end up doing, is adding the white. So yeah. Now I saw, so let me know in the comments what you think about this. I've done the videos on, a couple videos on the all-in-one granny square. And I did the video on the flower power one. They as in Red Heart, has put out some videos. They've been doing a crochet along and a knit along, doing these little sweaters, and they're utilizing both of these yarns, and they're actually knitting with them too, and they're making a square with the knit. It's a mitered square that they're knitting with these 2. And let me know in the comments if you would like me to attempt the knitted mitered square and see how they come out, because I do have, I can use, you know, a little bit from this skein and do a square, and I still have another skein of the all-in-one granny square, so I can do that too. So let me know what you think, if I should do it and see how that comes out. Okay, so the last work in progress I have for you today, I am working on a new pattern. I've told you guys about this a number of times, all that green and autumnal yarn that I've been gathering I want to make a blanket with, but I've been wanting to create a pattern. And that was another thing that made me think about with these videos, is it takes a lot of time and work when you're creating a pattern, because you have all this trial and error on things. And I'm wanting to work on this, and I want to create a really nice pattern that then I can put out. And I want it to be working properly before I actually make my blanket. So I'm currently just using regular acrylic yarn as I'm working on it and seeing how it comes out. So I did a little sample the other night. This was my first iteration, and stay focused. And I like how it was coming out, but I was having some issues with the way I had joined the rows here. And I decided that the needles were too small because it's a blanket. I want it soft and squishy, and this is not a soft and squishy fabric. But I think it looks kind of cool. So this one was done with 4 colors, and so you get these stripes because of the way it repeats. When I do my final one that I'm wanting to do with my good yarn, that one is got like 20 different yarns or something, so it's going to be very pebbly, which is what I'm wanting. But if you wanted to do it in a repeat and create lines like this, I think it looks really cool too. Now I got larger needles. I actually went to Joann's the other day for like one last time. We went to the 2 Joann's near us, and when I was in the first one, they had the discounts going plus 75% off your entire order. My husband went back in later for something else that we'd seen earlier, and they now also had changed it to 90% off your entire order. And they had these massive big rounds of bubble wrap. And when we were in there earlier, they were $60. They'd marked them down to 60, so it was going to be 60 plus 75 off of that. But I was like, okay, I don't know where I'm going to put these right now until I'm ready to move. And I don't know if I still want to spend that much, even though it's a really good deal. So when my husband goes back in, they had marked them down to like 3 for $10 or something like that. They had 3 of them left, and then you got 90% off of that. So they came home. So now I have a whole lot of, big thing of bubble wrap to be able to wrap stuff when we're packing. But anyways, while I was in there, they had some circular knitting needles, and you guys all know I don't like double points, so I use the circulars when I'm dropping things, as usual. When I'm working with things like this, I like to use the circular knitting needles. So they were a little bit bigger than what I was planning to go up to, and I thought, well, maybe this is something telling me to use this size. And even if I decided not to, I'm like, for the price, they ended up being like 59 cents each or something. So I got them. Yep. And I have this like massive little, squiggly thing that looks very confusing to most people, but for me, this works. So I'd gotten four of these. They were the Joann Big Twist knitting needles. I got 4 sets of those, and then I need a 5th set, so I got out another set that I had. So this one is being done in the bigger needle, about 4 sizes bigger. And I am doing 3 colors in this one. So you're not getting the linear stripes, you're actually getting that pebbly look that I actually want in my finished one. But this shows you also what you can do with just a couple colors. And so this is how this one is coming out, and it's got that pebbly look that I am really trying to go for. So I'm liking how this is. And with that larger needle, it is much softer and squishier. You can see how much looser it is. So I really like how that is coming out. So this is, again, another thing that I'm working on and takes time. And my dog is caught in the yarn. Dobby, pick up your foot. There we go. Okay. So work in progress. And I'm enjoying it, but it's still, takes time. When I first started this one, I pulled out a number of rows because I'd forgotten something. So I want to get it right. Okay, so husband stuff, I don't really have much to show you in the way of that. However, I'm going to put some pictures up here. My husband was working with our neighbor. I showed you the bowl that they had worked on a while back. And so our neighbor, Jorge, he is now learning to turn. So my husband was working with him to turn, and this is the bowl that he completed. And I think it's very beautiful, and it needed to be showcased. And otherwise, let's see, life stuff. Been doing lots of yard work. The main fence behind our house is going to be getting replaced soon. And sadly, I have been having to cut down roses and geraniums, and all my pretty flowers have been having to get cut down so that they can take that whole fence out and replace it. So it's very sad, but it's also been a lot of work, and my back doesn't like it, but it's got to get done. So otherwise, I think that's honestly about all I have for right now. And this week, remember, Friday will be the Lilo and Stitch inspired, so you don't want to miss that one. And then it'll be another week before another video. So there will not be a video on Saturday. It will now just be coming up on Fridays. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Please make sure and click like and subscribe, and have a great week. And we'll see you all again soon. Bye.